Hi, welcome back to Margaret Country Crafts and Miniatures. My name is Catherine and welcome back to another Halloween video. That's right, I have more Halloween crafts to show you, and I hope that you will enjoy watching them. So stay tuned and give this video a like. So first DIY we're getting into, I have this folding table that I got from Dollarama. It was about, I think, $4, but it unfolds and it stands up and it kind of looks like a picnic table. So I'm gonna take this orange plaid fabric that has little black bats all over it that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna put Mod Podge all over the top of this folding table, and I'm just gonna spread it out. And I'm just gonna let it dry fully. And I'm gonna take my Cricut iron and iron out the fabric just to get all the wrinkles out. And now that the Mod Podge is mostly dry, I'm gonna put the fabric on top, and I'm gonna take my Cricut iron again and iron on top of the fabric so that the Mod Podge underneath adheres to it. And I'm just going to do each of the sides too, so that the fabric adheres to each side so that we get a nice little draped look over top of the table. And next I have these ceramic pumpkins that I got from Michael's craft store. They came in a set of 3 and they're just plain white, so we're going to add some color to it. We're going to add some DAP spackling to some orange paint that I have, just so we can give these pumpkins some texture, but also that great orange color as well. And just using a brush to cover up the pumpkin. And I'm gonna paint the other 2 pumpkins. Actually, I only ended up using 2 pumpkins. I didn't need the 3rd. So the 3rd one ended up going back in my stash. But this second pumpkin, I'm just painting all over. And I'm just doing a dabbing motion just to make sure that I can get maximum texture on this pumpkin from the result of using the spackling. And I also have this package of smaller ceramic pumpkins, and we're going to do the same thing with the orange paint mixture, and we're going to make sure that all the texture gets applied to these pumpkins as well. Now next I have this brown paint that I'm going to use to paint the stems of the pumpkins, but we're also going to use this brown paint to add a little dimension in between the ridges of the pumpkins. So just to darken up all those crevices that are on the pumpkin. And I did my best to blend out all the brown paint so that it wasn't so stark. But the little pumpkins turned out a little messier than the bigger pumpkins. But I think it just adds to the rustic look of them. And we're gonna place all the pumpkins. I also have these little gem see-through pumpkins that are table scatter from Dollar Tree. I also have some skull heads from Dollar Tree that we're gonna use on top of this table. And I'm just gonna set them out in the corners of the table because this is gonna be a little table display for candy, for chips and salsa. It's a great like party piece that you can set out for Halloween and put whatever you like on top of it. Next DIY number 2, we have this circle plaque and this pumpkin wooden plaque, all from Dollar Tree. And with this pumpkin, I'm gonna apply this deep purple paint that I got on clearance from Michael's craft store. It's like a glossy paint, and I was curious how it would hold up on the wood, but it did really well. And I'm just going to give this pumpkin a coat because this is pretty thick paint, so it only needed one coat, and I like it when the wood grain shows through. So we're just going to do one coat of that. And give it a quick dry with my heat gun. And to the circle plaque, I'm also going to apply a coat of this purple paint. I really like this color of purple for Halloween. I think purple and orange are a great color combo to use for Halloween. What's your favorite color combo? Is it black and orange? Is it just black? Is it just orange? Do you include purple in your color scheme for Halloween? Let me know. So I have this orange pumpkin napkin design, and I'm going to put Mod Podge all over this circle plaque. Just a thick coat. And we're going to use the heat gun to make sure that it gets all dry. So back to those napkins. I'm just going to tear it off so that the 2 extra ply comes off of the 1 ply, so that we just have the one thin design layer. And I'm going to use my Cricut iron and iron it on, reactivating the Mod Podge underneath and sanding off all the excess around the circle. And you'll notice that I did it all, but there was just a little bit of a slice of the plaque that shows through. That's just based on how the pattern lined up. But we're gonna solve that issue in just a little bit after we do the same technique onto this purple pumpkin that we painted. So on the raised edges of the pumpkin, of the eyes and the mouth, I put a layer of Mod Podge, and we're gonna do the same technique where we let it dry and we take the napkin and we iron it on top of the dry Mod Podge. And now it corresponds nicely with the background. And I'm just gonna glue it down. I put a little plaid fabric bow on top of the pumpkin. And I have these orange roses from Dollar Tree. These are like a deep blood orange rose. It looks really nice. And a burlap bow on top of the other bow I made. And adding the string back in, and there we have our sign. DIY number 3, I have this metal window cutout that I got from Dollar Tree years ago, maybe a year or two ago. It was in their home decor section. And I'm just going to take this spider web fabric, also from Dollar Tree. I've used this on other crafts. I love this fabric. I think it's really good. And I'm just going to glue it to the back of this metal piece so that it has a background and so that those spider web parts show through the window. If you're liking this video, please like it. If you would like to subscribe, I would love that. Please subscribe. And please turn on the bell notifications so you know when I upload. And just gonna make sure that all the edges of the fabric are glued down onto the metal piece. And using my silicone makeup applier to kind of protect my fingers from the hot glue of that. It's a great tool. It's the #1 tool amongst crafters from what I've seen. So I have these metal leaves. I have these faux bones from Dollar Tree. I have this glittery ribbon with a skull from Dollar Tree. And this one I decided to glue onto the window right in the center. And I tested out using these skeleton bones. They just weren't looking right with the piece. So I decided to go with the bow, but also testing out some other skeleton pieces like this skeleton head. I have these mini full skeletons, which I thought were really cute, and I decided to put them in like the pockets of the bow so that they can kind of hang out in there. And then I have this, blood red flower, sunflower, that I thought looked really nice in the middle of the skeletons. And there we have this piece. It was very quick, very simple, but it's a piece that you can hang on your wall, and it gives a really gothic look to it. And lastly, our last DIY, I have this ginormous jack-o'-lantern wood cutout from Dollar Tree. I can't believe they had this size of wood cutouts. Like, it's massive. So I'm going to take some gray chalk paint. I believe it's called maybe gray charcoal or something like that. But I'm going to give a nice thick coat all over this wood plaque. Just with a foam brush. I like using foam brushes. I go through a lot of them. But I'm going to take this candy corn fabric that was from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to cut it down into a circle so that we can cover up the back of it back of the jack-o'-lantern so that the candy corn fabric peeks through all those cutouts. Just giving it a quick iron to smooth it out. And just gluing it down onto the plaque. I may need a new glue gun, by the way. I left mine on for like maybe 48 hours and it like burned a bunch of the glue inside, and my glue gun hasn't been the same since, so I might need a new one. Anyways, going back to those blood orange roses, they're foam roses. I'm going to use 3 of them just along the edge of the pumpkin where the stem is, to make a little flower crown look to the jack-o'-lantern. I thought this looked really cute. But this is where I went rogue. I took this yellow paint that I got from Michael's craft store. It was on clearance. And I thought, oh, maybe the yellow would go nicely and tie in with the fabric nicely. So I painted it along the edges of the jack-o'-lantern. And I kind of regret it. I kind of think that it may have looked better with just the gray chalk paint. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree? Was it one step too far? That's the thing about crafting. You want to make it look unique and you want to make it look really special. So that's all for today. Happy Halloween, everybody. I hope you have a safe Halloween. Eat lots of candy, but not too much. But still have a good, happy Halloween. Let me know in the comments what you are going for as Halloween, or even what you would like to go for Halloween as, because not everybody dresses up. But make sure you like the video and comment below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.